News 25 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, commissioners say no to splitting up parcels in Mountain Falls, and the Salvation Army gives us the latest on their proposed move. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
County officials decide against parcel splitting on the south side. It's Wednesday, October 30th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, our Nye County commissioners declined the request to subdivide parcels of property recently proposed by William Lyons Homes.
At the recent Board of County Commissioners meeting, discussion was had regarding a tentative re-subdivision map application that is creating 83 residential lots from 42 existing single-family residential lots and 10 common element lots on approximately 50.47 acres gross on property zoned specific plan located within the Mountain Falls Master Plan community for an overall project density of 5.23. This is a revision to a previously approved final map for Mountain Falls planning area. Commissioner Strickland asks if this is within our development agreement that we reduce the size of these lots even further than we've already done. Cheryl Beeman with the Nye County Planning Department responds saying yes. She states that this approval is only for those lots that they've proposed along their spine road and does not include or impact any of the T intersection streets. She also states these private streets will be self-policed, and she elaborates.
Well, those are private streets, so the HOA will be policing parking
for emergency services
on those streets. Well, that's if they don't do a good job, then we have a big problem for emergency services.
Because the lots are so small.
Well, the street has been narrowed. Not necessarily the lots are so small, but they are close together, and there is limited fire access.
Cheryl Beeman adds that on the T streets, there was going to be no parking. Scott Swap of William Lyon Homes speaks further on that.
We understand the issues with the smaller streets, and we're okay with just taking the lots on the spine street, as Cheryl had mentioned, due to the fire access. The streets are 28 foot wide, so it does meet the criteria of emergency access width and whatnot, and then we have full driveways and garages for parking. But we do understand the fire concerns, and so we're okay with not doing the extra units within those T streets. So I think we could probably maybe cut to the chase, and we are okay with the spine street being the only lots, which reduces it down to 26 of those APNs only.
Commissioner Cox speaks about developers trying to do this in Clark County when she was a part of the town board.
They were very small streets. People couldn't drive back and forth. They had to back down the streets to get out. And the people who bought these homes ended up being very unhappy with them. It was just overcrowded, and then we got to the point people were moving out and houses were sitting vacant. And we still have a water issue in this valley. And I don't care what aquifer you're on, you still have water issues. And I'm sorry, but I would like to make a motion to deny.
Scott clarifies that this is not for rental, nor are they building the extra units on 28 feet smaller, reduced streets, and that they're on the standard street sizes only on the spine road. He also elaborates that they're spaced out and not jammed together.
Well, and we do have an approved traffic study that addresses all of the traffic concerns of Mountain Falls, and with the limited amount of units that the entire master plan is going to have in total, it's all been addressed and approved through our development agreement and all of our master reports, sewer, water, across the board.
We got it. I get it.
Chairman?
But this is not Vegas. I don't want it to be Vegas. I don't want it to look like Vegas.
Scott also wants to clarify it is within their development agreement and that they are limited to the amount of dwelling units they can use in the master plan in total. He goes on saying the entire 1,000 acres maximum is 32 units, which he doubts they'll get to. The chairman calls for the vote.
I'm going to call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, say nay.
Nay.
4-1.
More news right after this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Pahrump Cardiology, located at 1397 South Loop Road in Pahrump, Nevada. Call 775-210-8333 for an appointment. Dr. Tali Eric, proudly serving Pahrump since 2005.
Welcome back. Well, the local Salvation Army is closing the door to their popular thrift store here in Pahrump. Jim Watt says that the main office location on Beale Road may move over to that location on Dahlia Street behind Walmart. We caught up with Watt to get the latest.
It's a question of finances, so I'm not exactly prepared to speak to the move, except to say that it's expected to happen. There are several of us, to myself included, who want to stay right where we're at, because there's more things we can do there that we won't be able to do at the Dahlia address. We have a food pantry. We get donations from Walmart for the produce and stuff, and we occasionally get meat from them. We also get canned goods and other goods from 3 Square, which is a food bank in Las Vegas that services all of southern Nevada. Big truck out to us twice a month on the first and third Wednesday of the month. We're starting a brand new program beginning in November. We will have our first shipment from them on the 6th. They're going to start what's called Golden Foods. This Golden Foods program is a program strictly for senior citizens age 60 and above, no regard to income. We will have foods that are prepackaged as well as items that they can select off the shelf. With the current food system that we have, they're only allowed to come once every 30 days. They still have access to that once every 30 days, in addition to Golden Foods, which is twice a month. So that's 3 times a month that a senior could come in and get food. They will have 10-pound bags of vegetables already prepackaged. Then you got canned goods. They're going to have shelf-stable milk and other products that they're providing to us. They have to be Pahrump or our local community, meaning Shoshone, Tacopa, Amagosa, Indian Springs, Charleston View, and Sandy Valley. What we're looking for is basically a proof of income. It's not that a person could come in and they're making $1 million a year. If they, as my boss said, if they want to sign and wait and be treated like everybody else, they're welcome. But those people who have got the money aren't going to do that. So we don't have an income requirement that way. But we are looking for, do they have a food stamp card? Do they have something from, are they a veteran? So they have something from the VA showing they're a veteran, especially disabled veterans. We're going to look to see, are they disabled? So they're on SSI. In all of those cases, they should have a food stamp card or something like that. If they are age 60 or above, again, we don't ask. We just, 60 and above, boom, you're automatically qualified. And we give them, and they walk through, they sign in, they get processed through the computer, which is going to happen for both systems for the seniors. Then they're going to take a seat, and one by one, our volunteers escort them through the facility, because in order to maintain the giving out that we're giving, we have certain things. Okay, well, you know what? Out of this group, you can only take 1 item, but out of this, the vegetables, take as much as you want. We used to be Tuesday and Thursday from 8:30 to 12. We expanded until 8:30 to 2 o'clock Tuesdays and Thursdays. If we get the volunteer hours, enough volunteers coming in, I could open a 3rd day, but right now I don't have that ability. We're always looking for volunteers. We need volunteers for bell ringing. Bell ringing is money that's donated into the kettles, and that money stays in Pahrump. It does not go anywhere else. It helps to fund the programs we have here. That is 721 Buell Street, It's down, the two closest landmarks would be Star Nursery and Lee's Mortuary. Phone number is 775-751-6181.
Thank you. All right, well, the CEO of a major airline makes an appearance at our nation's capital. That and more in today's Business First Brief.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, as wildfires roar in California, firefighters, homeowners, and the state's utility PG&E all bracing as Santa Ana winds in the southern part of that state could reach 70 miles per hour. Pacific Gas and Electric has been staging blackouts. Thousands in California have been forced to evacuate. Fiery times on Capitol Hill. Angry lawmakers are questioning Boeing CEO Dennis Muhlenberg about why Boeing failed to fix flaws in the design of the 737 MAX, especially after the first crash. 346 people were killed in 2 crashes. The jets remain grounded. Muhlenberg admits mistakes were made and promises it will never happen again. He faces the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee today.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
More news, including your court report, right after this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Well, the case for a former Nye County Sheriff's officer was in court again this week. Unette Gentry has those details.
In this week's court report, former Nye County officer Richard Jason Deutsch, who was found guilty of the domestic battery charge he was facing connected to a reported fight with his ex-girlfriend, now has one of his 2 justice court cases closed, and the other is now listed as adjudicated. But there is drama surrounding his now dual representation. In that case, in which Deutsch was charged with domestic battery, 2 counts of disturbing the peace, and injury to other property less than $25, Deutsch now has a status hearing set for February 24th, 2020. During his motion hearing in that case on Monday, there was a lot of back and forth about Deutsch's attorney. A new counselor, Attorney Aldrich, briefed the record that he had filed a notice of appearance with the court. The court explained that without a substitution or documentation establishing a co-counsel position, the court does not recognize Attorney Aldrich as attorney of record for the defendant. Attorney Melissa Berry, who has been Deutsch's retained attorney, explained that her office does not allow co-counsel representation of clients. Then Attorney Berry explained to the court that if Attorney Aldrich's motion is denied, Attorney Aldrich will withdraw as counsel for the defendant. However, if the court grants Attorney Aldrich's motion, Attorney Berry will withdraw as attorney of record for the defendant. Prosecuting Attorney Patrick Ferguson told the court that he had no opposition to the defendant having 2 attorneys. The court decided that it will allow both attorneys to appear for the defendant. Attorney Aldrich then motioned for a jury trial. Attorney Ferguson opposed. After hearing arguments from both sides, the court denied the motion for a jury trial. Additionally, in Deutsch's now closed case, in which he was charged with injure or tamper with vehicle, damage $250 to $5,000, and another count of injury to other property, his scheduled status hearing was vacated after an order of dismissal was signed and filed with copies returned to the DA's office, and a restitution letter was mailed to the victim. Notably, Deutsch was found not guilty of the 2 separate counts of disturbing the peace he was originally facing in one of his cases. However, since Deutsch has been convicted of domestic battery and his appeal of that conviction has now been denied, under Nevada and federal law, he cannot carry a firearm, which prevents him from fulfilling his job duties as an officer and a member of the military. This has been your court report. I'm Unette Gentry for News 25.
Thanks, Unette. Well, Opportunity Village is having their annual Halloween event happening now at their campus in Las Vegas. We stopped by to go trick-or-treating and have a lot of fun.
Halloween for us is called Halloween. We take the L and the V from Opportunity Village and throw it in creatively into Halloween. We're actually going to be open through November 1st this year. We'll be open for Dia de los Muertos as well on November 1st. The funds that we raise here go right back directly into our programs and services for the individuals we serve. Tonight we have a talking skeleton, we have a train, we have a blizzard ride and one called the Orbiter. You can get a fried Twinkie and a fried Oreo if you'd like as well. Brand new gift shop. It's run by our retail store now. We're open 5:30 until 9 o'clock all the way through Friday night. We're off of Charleston, and between Charleston and Oakey off Torrey Pines is the easiest way to get to us. Oh boy, we start way back in the summertime, and about August to start putting the lights up and slowly getting the decorations up. So we rely on hundreds of volunteers to help us get that done. So on November 1st, after we close that evening, we have just about 2.5 weeks to get our forest flipped into a Christmas event. Yes. Yes, it is. We open the day after Thanksgiving, again at 5:30 p.m. nightly. With the exception of Christmas, we're open all the way through January 4th this year. The highlights this year for the Halloween event is with general admission, you get to experience 4 of our escape rooms and also a new ride called the Coffin Ride, or the Last Ride, where it simulates you being buried alive. Some people may like that, but for the more family-friendly environment, we have a train and a carousel, a slide, and buy a funnel cake. Opportunity Village, we serve individuals with intellectual disabilities. We have about 2,000 people that come to our campuses every day. We have 4 campuses in the Las Vegas Valley.
If people want to donate any other time of the year, how can they do that?
You can just log on to our website, www.opportunityvillage.org. If you do need services from Opportunity Village, you can go directly to our website, www.opportunityvillage.org. We have some phone numbers on there as well. You feel free to give us a call and we'll connect you with the right people.
All right, well, that was lots of fun. Well, today, Darby stopped by Desert Haven to meet a dog named Peanut.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Peanut. Peanut is a medium-sized, all-brown, with a little bit of white on her chest. She is a American Staffordshire Terrier mix. She's about 1 year old. She is one of the dogs that you would have to take out to the yard, spend some time with her. She'll warm up to you so fast. She has a lot of energy. She's very, very sweet. Come on down and see her and all of her friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society. They're on Surrey Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse. You can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can look them up on Facebook at Desert Haven Animal Society or go online to deserthavenas.org.
Well, Desert Haven is holding a trick-or-treating event at their location here on Surrey Lane in Pahrump tomorrow, and a costume contest with prizes. The fun begins at noon until 3 p.m. Come bring your pet to get some awesome treats at Desert Haven. For more information, you can give them a call, 775-751-7020. They are on Surrey Lane, once again, behind the Nye County Courthouse, right off Basin Avenue.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, well, we know it's chilly. Let's take a look outside and see what the skyline looks like there. It's nice and clear. We'll have more with your weather right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donohue. Today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 56 degrees, the low of 34. Death Valley at 67, the low of 39. Amargosa at 57.28. 54.23 in Beatty. 43.11 in Goldfield. Tonopah, the high is 42 degrees. Carson City at 47. Both towns have a low of 14 degrees. Now Open Fallon and Fernley both have a high of 43 degrees. 10 for the low in Fallon and 14 for the low in Fernley. Now today in Pahrump, we saw some sunny skies. Our high today only at 54 degrees. Our winds coming out of the south-southwest at 5 miles per hour, 9% for our humidity, and our sunrise at 7:04 this morning. Now for tonight, we're expecting some more of those clear skies. Our low is going to be 30 degrees. It is 49 outside currently. Winds coming out of the east-northeast at 4 miles per hour, our humidity at 13%, and our sunset expected around 5:49 tonight. Now looking ahead to our 7-day, I'm liking all these nice clear sunny skies all through next Wednesday. That should help with the coldness just a little bit. On Thursday, we're going to be seeing a high of 62 degrees. On Friday, we're going to jump up to 70, 72 to 74 this weekend through Saturday and Sunday. And then we're just going to have a high of 75 from Monday through next Wednesday, staying pretty consistent over there. Now for overnight temperatures, on Thursday, we're going to be seeing a low of 34 degrees. On Friday through Sunday, we're going to be jumping up to about those mid-40s, about 44 to 49 degrees through Monday. And then next Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be seeing lows of 50 degrees. So now with that, we're going to toss it back to the desk with Deanna.
All right. Thanks, Michael. Well, we want to say a very special happy anniversary to the owners of KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio, Vern and Rhonda Van Winkle. Hope you guys have a great day. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. From all of us here at KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio, have a great night.